Today I'm gonna rank the 3 best ways to get rich in real estate. So let's get started. Number 1 is going to be the most overlooked thing that a lot of people do not think about. They want to just jump in and buy a single family home, but multifamily, all right? Multifamily is going to be the number 1 way that you're going to be able to get rich in real estate. Why do I say this? Well, it's because the more cash flow that you make monthly, the more valuable that asset is. What most people do, what most Americans want to do, is they want to just jump in and go buy a single family home, and then they want to live there. They make it their personal residence. So now they have this mortgage to pay, and what else do they have to pay? They have their taxes, they have their insurance. Y'all, this stuff really adds up, and owning real estate can be really expensive. God forbid something breaks, for crying out loud. Yes, you are responsible for fixing that. Your lender is not gonna come fix your AC. So a lot of people jump and they fall into this trap. So I want you to get a multifamily first. Even if it's only 2 doors, all right, go ahead and get 2 doors so you can at least have another tenant in there paying you some cash, and you can ultimately cash flow this property. Now, number 2, we talked about multifamily being number 1. Well, number 2 is gonna be the BRRRR strategy. Comment below if you know what BRRRR stands for. It's buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. Okay, that's the BRRRR strategy. This strategy, not only can you make a lot of money from doing, but it's also going to create a lot of equity for you as well. And it's generational. You actually keep the houses with this strategy, and you can pass them down to your kids, and then your kids can pass them down, and so on. This is very generational. So the first part of the BRRRR, buy a distressed property. There are distressed properties all over. When you drive around just on your everyday life, you've probably seen a house that's boarded up or with a lot of grass, grass growing high, maybe just some like really vacant, even neighborhoods. But if you see a vacant property, you can simply put that address into an app like Landglide, or you can go right to your property appraiser website and see who owns the property. You put their name into a platform like TruePeopleSearch.com. You literally can get their phone number, call them up, negotiate a deal. Let's just say they're willing to sell you the property at $100,000, and that's an amazing deal. The house needs $40,000 in rehab. So you go ahead and you get a lender. You come in, lender gives you 80% of the loan. They come in with $80,000. You come in with 20%, you put your down payment. All right, you can use OPM for your down payment even. So you can still come into this with 0 of your own dollars. Lender comes in, you come in, you now acquired this property at $100,000. Now get this, there's $40,000 in rehab also. So all you have to do is be able to front the rehab in most cases. So you have a contractor, you use business credit card, you put your first draw in, let's say $15,000. Well, guess what? Once it's done, your lender will reimburse you the $15,000. It'll go, and then bam, the cycle just repeats. Okay, you finished the $40,000. Lender has now reimbursed you the full $40,000, and then you still have literally use 0 of your own dollars. Now, once you have this property, you're all in at $140K. You now have a tenant that's paying you rent. You're cash flowing. Well, you put in $140,000, but now the house is worth $300,000. So you now have what we call equity. All right, your net worth just went up. Well, what you can do is what we call refinance. You can refinance that loan, and let's say the lender will typically give you about 75% loan to value. So let's just say, I suck at math, so I'm just gonna like kind of make up a number that I think is kind of close. Let's just say that the lender's like, you know what? We'll give you around $200,000. All right, we can literally give you around let's say $210,000. All right, cool. That's tax-free money. So we call it cash out refinance. The lender gives you $210,000. Keep in mind you have this other loan, right? You have this other loan that needs to be paid off. So that gets paid off, and you literally take home over $60K. All right, tax-free. So you now have $60,000 in your bank account, tax-free. The tenant is still paying the mortgage. You don't have to worry about the mortgage. The tenant is technically paying your mortgage, and you still have more equity left over in that deal. So you can now pass this house down to your kids. They can pass the house down, and guess what? Real estate always goes up. It continues to rise unless something happens to the economy. But overall, it's been rising since day one. It's just been going up and up and up. Think about your grandfather's property. How much did they pay for that? Right? How much is that worth today? It's always going to go up. And that was after the crash. All right. How much is it worth today? It was after the crash. So think about it. It's always going up. So the BRRRR strategy is going to be my number 2 strategy because a lot of people want to go for single family homes anyway. But if you're going to go for single family, you might as well do it the right way and go for distressed properties. Number one rule of real estate, always buy at a discount. So don't be out here buying properties just for straight market value when you can go ahead and just get a distressed property, put a little bit of work into it, and literally create your large paycheck. That's how I want you to do it. Now, number three, talked about multifamily, and we got into the BRRRR strategy, which could also be used in multifamily, right? And then now I want to tell you about tax deed investing. For those of you who are not familiar with tax deeds, what is a tax deed? In the US, whenever you own a property, you have to pay your property taxes. Even if your mortgage is paid off, right? You still owe taxes to the county. When you do not pay those taxes, that hurts the county because they have people to pay, right? They have all types of organizations, all types of things in place that they have to run. When you don't pay them, that hurts them, right? So they are going to auction that property off. And then investors just like myself, just like you, can go into those auctions and literally bid on those properties. Now, tax sale is a very broad statement because there's tax sales all over the US, but which type of tax sale is going to happen in your state or in your county? Well, we have liens, we have deeds, we have redemption deeds, we have sheriff sales, we have commissioner sales, we have adjudicated properties. There are so many types of tax sale. So I want you to call your county and figure out what type of tax sales you have in your area. Now, the cool thing about the tax deeds, y'all, I've gotten houses for literally just $500. All right, I have a house right now that somebody just offered me some money on. I got for just $500. I have another one that I just got an offer on. I got that for just $3,000. Okay, so talk about equity. When we're buying these properties for less than $5,000, we always have equity because we know which ones to buy. Now, over 90% of the properties in the auction suck. So if you don't know which ones to literally get out there and pinpoint and identify, then you will get screwed in this industry, just like a lot of real estate investors get screwed in every other niche of real estate. All right, if you do not know what you're doing, you don't know how to underwrite, you don't know how to be properly structured, you don't know how to use OPM, you're either gonna, one, do this in a very, very slow manner, or two, you're gonna make a lot of costly mistakes. You're gonna lose thousands of dollars. All right, you're gonna lose thousands of dollars. Now, if you are someone, after watching this video, you're like, man, I really want to get into real estate. Maybe you just have a lot of, you have some extra money sitting on the side because you're, CEO. Maybe you're working a 9 to 5 and you're just like, I want out of this. I'm tired of clocking in and clocking out. Whatever your reason to getting into real estate, you just want to leave some generational wealth for your children because your parents didn't leave you any. Whatever that looks like for you, just go ahead and click on the link below and book a call with us. My team and I, we're gonna get you on a call so we can literally, we can hear where you are, and then we can hear where you wanna be, and we tell you step by step how you can get there. All right, everybody is unique. I can sit here and say these broad statements like invest in multifamily, do the BRRRR strategy, buy tax deeds, but I don't know what that looks like to you if I haven't talked to you on the phone. All right, so I need to figure out where you are. Okay, you need help with your credit. All right, let's do this and this, and then you can go to this bank, and this bank will give you around $20,000, right? I don't know until we get on a phone call. So go ahead and click on that link and book a call below.